Shake Shack, the burger chain, going public today on Wall Street, and investors just cannot get enough. After pricing at $21, shares soaring to $47 at the open, gaining more than 130%. And with 5 million shares on offer, Shake Shack has raised a sizzling $105 million. Hello, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Herr in New York, and ABC News' chief business and economics correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, is at the New York Stock Exchange right now, and she is joined by the man of the hour, Union Square Hospitality Group founder Danny Meyer, and Shake Shack CEO Randy Garutti. Rebecca, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you as well. Actually, it's the morning still, believe it or not, and already that stock price on Shake Shack, ticker symbol SHAK, already $48.32. That is well ahead where it priced yesterday and well ahead where it opened this morning. And I'm here with the founder as well as the CEO of Shake Shack, Danny Meyer and Randy. It's so great to have both of you with us. And I was watching you this morning. You had a permagrin. You still have the permagrin on your face. And I've been thinking it can't just be because, well, you made a lot of money on this transaction today, Danny.
I've got to be honest with you. That's really the last thing I've been thinking about. This has been a 30-year journey, starting with opening my first restaurant, Union Square Cafe, in 1985. And, you know, really having to kind of man up to myself because my family wanted me to be a lawyer. But I'm thinking about the values that got instilled by my grandparents and by my dad, who unfortunately can't be here to see this. And my smile is really about having worked to build a culture and a company with fantastic leaders like Randy, who can take a philosophy of saying, if you put your employees first and you care about your community and your guests and your suppliers, your investors are going to get taken care of.
This from an entrepreneur where everything started in St. Louis. You're a Midwesterner just like me. Randy, huge expectations behind this IPO. Danny just talked about putting the employee first, but when he opened the first Shake Shack, no one was thinking burgers and fries back then. Now, burgers are doing pretty well.
We honestly thought we'd sell a couple hot dogs, and Shake Shack was born as a humble hot dog cart to raise money for a park. And 3 years later, Shake Shack was born, and here we are 10 years later, never imagining that we would ever be in a place like this. And we're acting today exactly how we acted that first Chicago-style hot dog. We're doing one hot dog, one burger at a time, and I think that's what people are understanding about our future here. We're gonna stay clearly laser focused on what it is we do and keep doing it more often.
You're opening 10 restaurants a year from here on out. What are the next cities here in the United States that are getting their own Shake Shack?
Well, we're really excited to deepen our roots in the great cities around New York, obviously East Coast and Boston, Baltimore, Orlando. But we had a great start in Chicago last year, so we're going to deepen our roots there. And we just opened a great Shake Shack in Las Vegas. But the big new market launch for this year will be Austin, Texas. We're thrilled to get to the great state of Texas and share with them what we do.
So they've got to like burgers as well as barbecue in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, we'll see. We're going to keep it pretty exciting.
Same animal.
Yeah.
When you think about this journey, I mean, you opened your first restaurant at 27 years old, Danny. What along the way do you think was the smartest choice that you've made that got you here to the New York Stock Exchange today?
I would say two choices. Number one was firing myself as chef 3 weeks before Union Square Cafe opened. I wouldn't be here today if I had kept being the chef. And the second one kind of relates to that, and it's really surrounding myself with people who know how to do things I don't know how to do in my wildest dreams. People like Randy, people who run Union Square Hospitality Group, and I get to be a coach and a cheerleader and a visionary. I love food. I love making people happy with food. I love making communities feel better when we open a restaurant there. But I also think the best decision I ever made was step back operationally and let other people run with the ball.
And now, Randy, you're the guy running with that ball. Right now, I'm looking at the stock price again, trading right behind you, $48.90. How do you live up to that stock price as Shake Shack? What do you need to do? Because there are other companies out there right now, also in the burger space. McDonald's, which just replaced their CEO yesterday, they are struggling.
So I think we're at a great moment for Shake Shack. There is a seismic shift in how people are dining and the way people expect to have their food. I know that my generation and certainly my kids just won't grow up eating fast food in the same way generations ago did. They require more. They want to know there's no hormones or antibiotics in their beef. They want to be a part of a beloved brand like Shake Shack that makes the right decisions. And if we continue to stay focused on that, which you can count on us to do that, we know this is a long-term story. I think our investors, everybody who's involved today in this last few weeks understands that we've just gotten started. This is the beginning of something that's pretty exciting.
You bring up no antibiotics, people wanting to customize. That's been one of the big successes behind Chipotle, another company in that sort of fast casual dining space. Danny, a lot of our viewers love the show Shark Tank. They watch it regularly. They think, I could be an entrepreneur.
Did you say Shack Tank?
It is the New York Shack Exchange today, so that makes total sense. Yes, New York Shack Tank. So when it comes to that program and people thinking about themselves becoming entrepreneurs, what is your number one piece of advice to anyone out there who wants to see themselves on Shark Tank or Shack Tank, as it were, who wants to start their own business?
Know yourself. Know what motivates you. Know what makes you happy. And at the end of the day, if when you look in the mirror, you say that nothing makes me happier than making other people happy when I share my gifts, go into business. Don't start a business for the purpose of trying to be, 5,000 units big. If Shake Shack had ever dreamt that this moment would happen, we wouldn't be here. We were just trying to do something nice for a park, and we were trying to employ out-of-season coat check employees at our hot dog cart. That's why we did it. So if you know yourself and you do things that are true to yourself, and it's a good product, and you give people a fair value, they're going to come back for more.
And now, Randy, as you're running with the ball out across this country and internationally, what do you expect to see this company become in the future?
Look, we have a nothing short of very ambitious goal to be the best burger company in the world for the world and for our team. And if we continue to focus on that, our team members will be the ones who execute on this plan day in, day out, burger after burger. And I know that we're going to keep that focus. That will be one of the greatest challenges we ever have. And it's also the sweet spot of what our company's done for 30 years. You can count on that being our focus.
Well, best wishes to both of you. Best wishes to Shake Shack. And I got to admit, I've been reporting here at the New York Stock Exchange now for almost a decade, and it smells better today than ever before. And that has to do with all the food that you guys have brought here today. So thank you so much for joining us. And Elizabeth, back to you.
Thank you so much. What a fantastic morning for those two men. Once again, ABC News' Rebecca Jarvis. Thank you so much. Well, as you know, you can keep up with this story in real time by downloading the ABC News app and starring this story for exclusive updates on the go. For now, I'm Elizabeth Hurd in New York.